They're against
What
a Legion
items
commander.
did he go?
But let's see here. He actually went Diffusal, BKB, Treads, MKB, Abyssal,
Alright, so
and
got
a 528 GPM. I'm a stats man, guys. I'm so good. But yeah, the games earlier today were fun. We're here in this last series. The Lich has been picked up for mYinsanity. He is a lane dominator. Legion commander. Grazine's Legion has been on point with the exception of the early game and game number 2. The early game and game number 1, he had a pretty good time, and then those duels pretty much won them the game. They have the Rubik. Cole's Rubik was damn good. Morphling probably going to be played by Milan. And then this is interesting because usually we've seen from mYinsanity with the 2 games we saw, they had a 4-position support that played more like a core, like you'd see out of Zai. Now they have a Lich, and Lich and Rubik don't necessarily fit that role. So it's kind of interesting to see that.
Yeah. I'm actually curious if they're going to do like a Lich Legion offlane, or if it's going to be more of the standard Lich Morphling mid lane, possibly. They could even do a Lich Legion commander mid, possibly. I think it's pretty safe to say that the Rubik will be in the safe lane, but the other heroes, it's not so clear as far as mYinsanity goes where those will be going. And they go ahead and last pick the Darkseer, so probably going to be that offlane Darkseer. Looks like it's going to be the mid Legion commander again, so I expect to see Lich probably denying up the mid lane, trying to help out Legion commander in whichever 1v1 matchup it looks like it's going to be against that Razor. So
yeah, and you have to wonder why this Ricky pick comes out for Cloud9. And
experimentation, possibly.
You hope that they watch the last game, but I mean, maybe it is experimentation.
Because he tweeted mYi is owning or something.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. They're good then.
Said
they know.
mYi are smashing. God damn.
It sounds like an EE tweet to me. We'll see how EE performs. He played really well in the first 2 series. He came back and he was playing Naga in both of those games. That's got to be like mentally draining to play that hero sometimes.
Cloud9 actually end up getting the last pick at Elder Titan? I mean, that's
the value pick.
What a hero to get last pick.
We're gonna go to Big Lots. We're gonna pick up the Elder Titan, guys. Get in the car. Hype train. It's there. So yeah, I mean that's quite the hero. As far as armor reduction, magical resistance reduction, it is in abundance, and nobody really plays it. I feel like as good as AUI in the support role, at least from what I see in the past couple of days.
No tail.
No tail, right? I should have prefaced besides no tail.
Besides no tail.
Besides no tail, the guy that invented the support.
The pick.
Invented the support Elder Titan. No, the person that invented the Elder Titan pick, that was Bulba. All right, let's get our facts straight. That was Bulba like 3 patches ago. Because if I don't give him credit now, he's gonna flame me or something.
But he didn't even invent it. KZZ did.
Yeah, that's true. KZZ invents everything. Actually, also invented. Did he invent the Earthshaker like 1 Fisher 4
yes.
and yeah? Okay, that was him. I'm glad to know that it was him.
But like no one does that build actually.
I think I like watched a pub game, like he's on my friends list, and I watched a pub game when like that was first happening. I'm like, that's the best thing ever.
I mean, it's
just
really good as a core.
Oh yeah, I mean as a support it's awful, but
although I actually have seen like Peruvian teams, because I mean they actually have some really funny skill builds sometimes where they'll do that skill build on a support Earthshaker, and you're just like, why?
Why do that?
It's
Don't
like
do that.
You're never gonna be in melee range usually, and usually you want to get that extra damage on the Fisher, but
yeah, I mean,
and the stun duration too.
It's unfortunate, but it happens from time to time. Looks like we are going to get underway here, so I believe we're playing on Lux. I might be wrong. We might be playing on East.
It sucks.
All right, Lux it is. Bone 7 often has times that are problematic to US East, but again, you've got AUI who's playing from Vancouver, Canada. He's a Canuck.
He has a similar ping to me. Let's go ahead and look at pings. Yep, about the same ping as me.
What's he got?
Really fun to play with.
What's
he
the
has
ping?
260. I have 252.
Ooh, that's just something else.
I understand the pain that he goes through on a regular basis.
Yeah, that's actually the fact that they've played as well as they have, and he's been on 250, 260 ping for the majority of the series they play. It's pretty impressive.
That's why they prefer playing on East. So.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Grazine and Fata statically should go through good telekinesis to stop them from going any further. So, but Fata gets away with 14 free damage. So, interesting start. Cloud9, well, here we go. mYi, he's going to be your Scarith Mage. Fata, he's going to be playing your Razor or Fata, however you want to pronounce it. I don't really, you know. Bone7 is playing your Magnus mid. Top lane, it is going to be AUI 2000 on the Elder Titan. And then Jackie A. Lamau, Eternal Envy, playing your Riki. He's going to be in the safe lane, farming yet again. Servers, potentially. Let's check the ping ourselves here. I got this. Boom. They can see.
I don't have any packet loss, actually.
I probably don't either. Let me check.
Interesting. And
yep.
I thought only East was having some major issues.
It's all servers, apparently.
Let's see. And then for mYi in the off lane, we're going to have Mitch playing the solo Darkseer. In the mid lane, we're going to have the dual lane of Lich played by Lizard and Milan on the Morphling. And in the safe lane, we're going to have Cole playing the Rubik again, which he played a fantastic Rubik in the previous game. And Grazine playing the Legion Commander.
Okay, we're going to... Apparently, they were asking for a rehost, but...
C9 don't want to because
yeah, I can
lanes
understand.
Showed.
Yeah, and the wards are up, and the lanes are showed, and...
I mean, you can just force them... I mean, the standard procedure is to just make everyone go to the same lanes.
mYi, I think we could just wait. I mean, I don't see why... Are they having packet loss? Because their ping seems to be fine for the most part. Yeah, I mean, I think their ping is... well, the only person that has high ping is AUI, which is... well, and you, unsurprisingly.
I don't know. Euros are always bit of sticklers about ping.
Whoa, you're walking a fine line there, my friend.
Subtle flames. I mean, there's like times when they'll complain about 100 or something, and it's like unbelievable. It's really frustrating when you're the person on West, like in AUI's position.
Yeah.
Like AUA is probably sitting there right now, like,
just
are
like,
you serious?
You're kidding, right? You're joking.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta hand it to him. He's been a champ about it for the most part. He talked about it in his recent vlog, how, like, oh, is there a gank happening mid? No, it's a dual lane. I got really confused for a second. Lazard is here. I mean, that's right. You talked about this earlier. Milan and on the Morphling and Lazard playing the Lich, so yeah.
And I think this is the optimal lane setup, actually, for C9. One thing, if you notice tier 1 teams do exceptionally well, is to make sure that they set up their lanes in a way that are either advantageous for them or the best possible setup. And this is honestly really intelligent lanes by C9, knowing that it's most likely going to be a Lich dual lane mid, and no matter what the matchup is, it's better to put the mag mid than the Razor, because Razor gonna have a tough time against the dual lane, and knowing that there's gonna be a dual lane mid, that means there's probably gonna be a dual lane in the safe lane. They're just gonna go ahead and put the Razor +1 in that off lane. So
and this actually just makes the safe lane really... It makes it a lot more difficult than it should be for mYi. And Bone7 might not even have that rough of a time, because once he gets his Shockwave leveled up, he can just spam that out, as long as he's getting rune control, which, to be fair, is tough. When you do have a Lich in lane. Mitch at top lane, he is taking a bit of harass coming out from the Iron Shell, and he's trying his best to last hit right now, and he's sitting at 2. So EE is actually having a really rough time up against Mitch here, and this is the problem. You need to have EE getting farm, I think, but he's not really having the luck to do so.
And melee against Darkseer, not the most fun time.
No.
The one good benefit he does have is that Riki has very high passive HP regen while he's invis, so going to be able to heal up a lot of that harassment damage that does come out from the Iron Shell.
I think he went invis first as well, so he couldn't have the backstab damage. I'm not sure, but
he did.
It makes the most sense. Yeah, the Iron Shell is going to be annoying, especially once it gets leveled up. And he's just going to sit behind the Iron Shell creep. He doesn't want to take too much damage. But Mitch is having a good time. I mean, he's going to be able to get CS. He's got the most in the game currently at 11, and also get experience because of this. And Mitch on Darkseer is really good, solid player. I mean, we saw it last time in Game 1 of the Empire series. Like, he could hit vacuum walls. Like, they're good. They're impressive. So, for now, it's a pretty standard game, although there was some damage going. I think mYi got telekinesis, and they did some damage to him. I missed it, but no first blood coming out, thank God.
And at the same time, the Legion Commander in the safe lane is definitely struggling against the dual lane coming out from C9, so there's a bit of a trade.
Yeah.
And it looks like Aui's doing a bit of stacking, using the Spirit to double stack the medium camp while he hero to stack the large camp. Pretty cheeky plays coming out from mYi, being as efficient as possible.
It's just something that he's so used to now, I'm sure. Just being efficient with the creep camps, and on top of that, farming and split pushing when you can. Telekinesis on Fatsa. He's getting low. They did not pop the press the attack there. Might have been able to get the kill with it, but Fatsa does have a salve. He doesn't want to use it yet. It looks like he might use it after this creep wave's dead. Not sure. Anyways, top lane. Darkseer's chasing after AUI. He's actually just contesting the pull. And they really can't kill the Darkseer. I mean, even with the smoke screen from EE, it's very difficult. They don't really have the damage.
This is actually a really rough lane for C9 to deal with. I really like the setup with the other two lanes, but the Elder Titan really doesn't offer a lot of presence against the Darkseer.
So right now, C9 are maybe winning one lane. Telekinesis, Cole, Shockwave. He is actually in a bad spot. Press the attack gonna go. Bone7 skewers the wrong hero. The Arcane Blast is gonna fly. It's not enough. It's close, but no cigar. Bone7 does have a Shockwave. They're gonna chase after Grazine. He's gonna go back up to the high ground. Everyone rotated over from mYi as well as C9, but they couldn't find anything, so. And back up top we go with EE still farming away.
Yeah, so his CS is picking up in pace now that he has 3 points into that backstab, so able to pretty much get all the CS against the Darkseer now, but he is struggling in terms of regen, down to 250 life, and probably gonna have to send himself a salve.
He does have the invis, but it's level 1, so it takes 8 seconds for the fade time to go away.
He's actually going bottle. That's quite interesting.
And it's gonna fly out, and that will be enough regen for him. Mitch is gonna cut the creep wave. He does have level 2 surge. Again, smoke screen's available for EE if he wants to. I don't know if he should jump on him there. And Mitch is just, he's staring danger right in the face. He's saying, listen, you guys
are trying to bait them to go on him because he has the support of Rubik.
Yeah, Cole's nearby. He's level 2, by the way. Cole's not really accomplishing that much in terms of levels. AUI is also level 2, but he's almost 3.
And mYi starting off this game extremely strong with a pretty sizable gold and experience advantage. If we take a look at the gold, already at about 1500 and about 1000 experience. I'd say most of that's coming from the denying in mid lane.
Telekinesis EE, there's the wall coming through as well. The smoke screen, they're going to dust him up as well, but great stomp coming in from AUI. There's the Ancient Seal onto Mitch, who can't surge away, and EE's just going to regen up. His bottle charge now gone. Mitch still has surge. He's going to pop it and get away. That was very close. Good stomp from AUI to secure the retreat of EE, so.
That is why you get this value point in Echo Stomp. It's actually so good, and it's pretty easy to hit on heroes when you have this boots first item build, especially against heroes without boots.
Well, I mean, this is
although both of them have boots, so.
Top lane, I mean, this is just, I think you're winning 2 lanes if you're mYinsanity right now, and you're happy with that. Like, bottom's not going great, but you don't need, I mean, you can always hand the Legion into the jungle eventually, or just get kills with duel. But top lane and mid lane are going fine. AUI's getting surge, and he's getting dope. Stomp's gonna fly, and they're gonna try to go on this telekinesis. AUI might get fade bolted in. Will first blood for Cole. They're gonna get 2. mYi, they draw first blood and the second. Shockwave goes in.
And Bone7 rotates and isn't able to get anything.
Exactly. Forced rotation
mYi
coming
are
out.
doing a fantastic job in this early game, and to be honest, even in this safe lane, they're not doing so bad. If we take a look at Fata's CS, he's at 26 and 17. Not really the greatest considering what he was against.
Yeah, the Legion, I mean, although the Legion's sitting at 13, you expect Fata to have more, especially because pYi's been helping him out. And pYi, I mean, he doesn't even really need to be here anymore. He could have rotated up top and saved, or at least helped out Eternal Envy. Eternal Envy is actually having, again, a rough time. We saw that in the first game of Empire, and he was able to secure his way back into the late game. This is going to be a different story. He's a Riki, and he's going up against a Morphling who has 39 CS in the mid lane. Okay. So it's tough.
He does have that level 6, so he has 3 charges of his Blink Strike. Gonna be interesting to see. He's probably gonna try to look for a kill on one of these lanes. I'm not sure if mid is really the place that he should be ganking. It's gonna be really difficult to find a kill. He needs to get the silence off of Milan, I think, and that silence is so damn small in radius. I don't know. This is so dangerous. They have the Chain Frost available on this Lich. I'm not sure that they have that information.
Yeah.
I think the last time they saw Lich, he was level 5. Okay, they now know.
They know.
So they're not gonna do this anymore.
But they might find Legion in the jungle. Yeah, they're gonna scout him out. pYi's gonna come in. They're gonna concussive shot more than likely, or not. Grazine is alone. He's going to spot him out. 8-minute runes picked up and
I wonder
backtrack.
if C9 are actually going to play this like they do with Clinks.
Grazine, he's actually so tanky they can't kill him. There's another 2 charges left for Blink Strike. No, just one actually.
No, just one.
They can't kill. They can't kill him. The Legion Commander just gets away.
Yeah, that's a big problem. They're roaming this Ricky, but he wasn't able to find a kill with his first 2 Blink charges being used.
He has no damage.
Yeah.
He doesn't do anything. He doesn't have treads.
I mean, he has pretty decent damage.
Well,
He's the 1 agility multiplier, so doing an additional 50 damage per right click, so that's nothing to scoff at.
no, but it wasn't enough to get the kill. I guess the Legion is pretty tanky at this point. They're going to take the tier 1 tower at 8 minutes. They've just kind of abandoned this lane. He's going to walk back up here. But already mYi getting on the board. And this is your off-lane tower that they've taken. Your enemy's safe lane tower is gone. That's a pretty good start for mYinsanity. And, I mean, at this point, Fots has got 40 CS. Is that enough to start things off? And Bone7's not really farming either. He's not, like, getting close to a blink, although he does have 1100. I imagine we usually see Arcanes first, but I'm not sure if that's the choice anymore for Mags. Top lane, Smoke. EE getting caught out, Telekinesis. They have the Iron Shell, and he's going to Blink Strike to a creep. The dust is still going to go. It's there for a couple more seconds, and gone. Wall goes, does not connect. The wall would have been a kill, but he's going to hide in the trees. Oh, the Iron Shell. Mitch knows. Mitch. That was really close. Mitch going all over the place looking for a kill, and he couldn't quite find it. Also, Mitch has a Midas, by the way. This is a safe lane Darkseer with a Midas and 1000.
He went Midas in the first game that he played Darkseer.
Yeah, but it was after he had picked up his mech, I believe.
Was it? Okay.
Yes.
But
I'm almost
having
positive.
a bit easier of a time. Wow, they're going for a double Midas this game. Midas now picked up on the Morphling, so this is really putting C9 on a timer. They really have to start accomplishing things, especially with this Ricky Maru.
Cole is going to get caught. Backtrack 1. Telekinesis. He's got a second charge. He's going to use it, and that'll grab him to kill. Stop goes. Lizard, waveform. They don't have detection, it looks like. Well, the sentry did go down, but it's too far away. So, finally, Ricky gets a kill. That's the first kill of the game for C9, and that's going to give them something. They actually rotate a lot of heroes towards mid because of this.
But if we look at the net worth, he's sitting at about 3,000, so already 2,000 behind the Darkseer, who is solo against the dual lane. So.
Yeah, exactly. It's tough. I think now, if you can get treads and maybe continue on getting ganks going, they can maybe have an okay time, but even the Legion has treads at this point.
It looks like he's sort of playing this sort of like he does with his Clinks, you know, gets up that invis, just starts roaming around, is sort of like a movable observer ward, gets a lot of information for his team, and then tries to find pickoffs with his hero.
And mYinsanity, honestly, as a team, they need a win against, although they are sitting very pretty right now in Group B. It's not like they don't have tough teams to still play against. Team Secret is still on the docket for them. So a win against mYinsanity, it's not necessarily expected, but it would be preferred. And especially after mYinsanity had a fantastic series against Empire, and I mean a fantastic series, there's no reason to keep them alive, well, or to give them extra wins. However, I mean, mYinsanity, they're playing this extraordinarily well. This has nothing to do with C9, and more so everything to do with the fact that mYinsanity are having a heck of a game. Like, just one heck of a game. And they're going to continue on. The problem is Grazine, he's not necessarily super farmed. Mitch is, of course, got the Midas, so he's going to be going for late mech. They're diving on mid. AUI is getting caught out. The waveform was already used by the Morphling, so they cannot secure the kill. But TP bottom, fight's going to happen. They did RP, and they get the kill on one. Skewer back misses Mitch. Now the dust, the chain frost. Goodbye, EE. 1-for-1 exchange. I'm not sure if that's worth it. We got the better end of that. Actually, mYi did. Yeah, they get the better end of that trade.
And anytime you can take down this Ricky, definitely going to be worth it. They do lose the Legion Commander, but honestly, Legion Commander not having the greatest of early games anyways.
Yeah, luckily Fata for C9 is farming rather well. Again, he's actually got 1600, so he's done okay and coming back. He's got 63 last hits. Again, the Morphling's just been sitting mid for the most part and farming or heading to the jungle. So Milan is at 12 minutes up to 6,000 net worth. He's got a Midas, boots of speed, and 1,600 gold in the bank, plus a kill on a bottle. The blink now done for Bones, so that's good. He'll probably build towards his arcane soon. And maybe the RPs are going to start, making things a bit different here for Cloud9.
Well, the first RP was successful.
Smoke screen, they blink away. He actually is forced to blink away from Milan and the rest of the squad. Anyways.
And he actually doesn't have any charges right now of his Blink Strike, so... I mean, this is really the problem with the hero. When you don't have Blink Strike, you're really just not effective.
And RP, not there. He's going to skewer Mitch back instead. The smoke screen's going to go. There's the mech. The stomp misses on Mitch. They're going to try to fight. There's the vacuum wall coming in as well. Press the attack. They blow up Ricky with the waveform. Bone7 getting chased down. He's done. Double kill for Milan. And they're going to take the tower as well. Oh, man. If that stomp had hit, maybe that goes drastically different, but what a fight for mYi yet again.
And C9 really can't live through these nukes right now. The overwhelming odds as well as the waveform just completely destroying in that fight. And they went for a pretty cheeky play onto the Darkseer, but I mean, he has his mechanism already.
Yeah, this is...
And they don't have enough damage there. Maybe if Razor was there, they might have had enough damage, or possibly if they had the Mystic Flare available on the Skywrath, but
yeah,
didn't have either of those two things, so...
No RP either. I mean, they really...
Yeah.
He skewered him back, and that was kind of, yeah, optimistic is the word I would use. But now at this point, now that there is the Darkseer with his Midas done and obviously his mech, what is the next item choice for this DS here for Mitch?
I would like to see him go for Crimson Guard, actually. I think Crimson Guard is quite good this game. It actually just completely negates the Razor ult.
RP, Grazine, Mystic Flare, no skewer yet, they're waiting. Now they skewer him back. Vacuum coming in, Stomp as well onto Mitch and Cole. No follow-up from either squad. Going back to your point. Yeah, actually Crimson Guard. And not just the Razor, but the Riki as well, I think. Kind of makes him useless.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you really... I mean, you could get a Shiva's... What did he get last game, actually? What did he get in game number 1?
He got Shivas.
Yeah, did he? Okay.
I think Shivas would be a fine choice too. I just think Crimson Guard's a bit more effective against the Razor because his ult is actually going to do absolutely nothing in these fights.
Yeah. That's actually true. Crimson Guard's so good against Razor.
Yeah.
I think that's an item you have to build. He is still sitting at about 4K in net worth. He's pretty far behind. Milan is at 8K now. And he's only going to get more strong. Milan's going for an immediate shotgun. He's got the Eagle Song. This is going to be a very early F-Blade coming out from him. And he's going to get a double damage rune to boot. Denied tower from Grazine in the top lane, so E can't take that. Bottom lane is getting pushed in by Bone7.
Interesting. So. We actually, you know, honestly, I haven't seen many F-Blade pickups on Morphlings recently.
Yeah. This is a game that works out really well for you to pick one up because Riki's not getting a BKB anytime soon. And you might as well
I mean, I guess
your
he
advantage.
is at 700 HP, so...
Yeah.
The only one really tanky on the team side of C9 is Fata right now.
1400 HP. He actually picks up a point booster and an Ogre Club, so he's 1.5k away from Aghanims. But as you talked about, I mean, you get a Crimson Guard, your Razor, he's not necessarily useless, but...
I mean, if they get a Crimson Guard, the Aghanims on Razor is actually completely worthless except for hitting buildings.
Yep.
Like, while the Crimson Guard is active.
I mean, that's it. It's just for the building.
I mean, it'll reduce armor, but, I mean...
Is that
that's
enough?
hardly worth buying 4,000 gold.
Yeah. Milan is putting pressure with a double damage rune on this tower, and they can't even really contest this. Cole and Mitch are here as well. I mean, they have wall. This has been a phenomenal early game, with maybe the exception of bottom lane coming out from mYi. Mid was played well, top lane. Mitch actually was... I thought the last game, like, Cole, Lazard, and Grazine were like the best players, but Mitch is honestly just, he's looked so good in the past 3 games.
Yep.
And Milan has been fantastic as well in putting pressure and applying pressure across the map. But for Cloud9, we've seen them come back from deficits before.
They really want to get a kill on this Morphling. This would be a really good time if they can get this.
Steals concussive shot. There's the smoke screen. Mystic Flare. Milan, he's going to fall. Big pickup for EE. And that gives him immediately up to 2,000 gold. I'm not sure how he got 500 gold from that. Not bad. Not bad at all for EE. So he was at 1,500 beforehand. Bottom lane, looks like there's a fight happening. Stomp going in, Skewer. I think the RP did go from Bone7. Vacuum wall. Bone7's going to fall. They're going to chase AUI. They've got the duel, but it's going to get silenced up by Highlight Die. AUI going to get chased down, but they will stop pursuit as Grazine is more than happy with the 1 kill they've gotten on Bone7. So a trade across the map in the side lanes, and yeah, just unfortunate. Bone7 being very aggressive there, and the wall coming through from Mitch.
And it looks like EE's like really struggling to find farm in this game. He's only sitting at 53 CS. He is doing a pretty good job applying pressure to mYi by just not showing on the map, so that is one thing he's doing quite well. And Bata still continues to farm away, sitting at 0-0-0, so we should hope to see some impact from this Razor sometime soon.
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't gotten involved at all, considering this isn't a game where if he farms, he's going to be able to carry and be able to just take this late, because I feel like Milan is going to become an issue. Yeah. And I feel like Fatsa should be way more involved, but at the same time...
Maybe you farm one item and then you get involved?
Maybe.
Top tower is under attack.
But even so, at this point, EE is going to be picking up a diffusal blade. It's he's got 2 blades of alacrity and the robe of the magi on the courier, so his first item choice is going to be the diffusal, and that actually could be huge. I think diffusal against a Morphling, since he doesn't have a big mana pool yet, might be important, so he can't just strength morph like crazy. But more so,
it also keeps him inside the smoke screen.
Yeah.
Yes, he's not going the BKB first.
Mitch, Cole, Grazine, smoke up. This could be a big fight if they catch out. Fata is pretty low. And he, as fast as he is, Bone 7's actually waiting here. The smoke is going to pop up. He's going to run right into all of them, and he blinks away. The dust goes. Gear's out. They don't want to fight this. He could have RP, but there was no follow-up there. There's 2 heroes bottom for C9. They don't want to engage. They don't know who's behind the rest of mYi, which was just the Morphling. The shotgun is done. Milan does have his Ethereal Blade. The F-Blade, oh god. I mean, he could kill so many heroes.
Yeah, and Aghanim's now going to be picked up for Razor as he pops his ult to finish farming up this jungle, so... Unless, maybe he opts for the BKB first, not quite sure. He does have enough money for the Ags if he wants to buy that.
Well, he should know that they're going for the Ethereal Blade on the Morphling.
I mean, they've seen it already, so...
Yeah, so... But the thing is he going to be the target? More than likely not, but no, he's going to finish the Ags, yeah. And he's going to be tanky enough, I think, maybe to survive the Ethereal Blade? I'm not sure. Regardless, Milan is here. EE and mYi die, wrapping around looking for a gank. They have complete vision. They know Grazine is here. Big RP from Bone 7. Smoke screen. They're going to strength morph. Mystic Flare. They actually split it up. Diffusal Blade going. There's the shotgun onto EE. Now the overwhelming odds as well. They cannot secure the kill. Good try from C9, but now they're retreating. And Grazine is looking for the blink. Actually, he doesn't have one. He's just running at him, looking for a duel right now. AUI is going to try to TP out. He'll make it. No duel coming in very close. The animation almost got off. And mYi TP's out as well. But RP Mystic Flare for nothing. And that was close.
That's just the level 1 RP, only lasting for 2.25 seconds. So
they couldn't get the Ancient Seal off fast enough to stop the Strength Morph coming out from the Morphling, so...
if that was a level 11 mag, I think they actually would have just got the kill onto Morphling.
Mm-hmm.
Bit unfortunate
too much, but... Yeah, rough engagement. Luckily, RP's not that long of a cooldown, so they could kind of just sit back and play a bit more defensively. And I like the fact that despite being down, Cloud9 are not looking to just say, hey, listen, we're going to roll over and let you push in and let you farm. We're going to keep aggression on you. We know that
I mean, they are coming back in gold, and they've set up a couple of nice kills, so only 3,000 gold behind, so not an insurmountable disadvantage. And they do have pretty strong late game with the Magnus RP as well as the Elder Titan in the natural order. And we didn't really talk about this, but Elder Titan completely destroys Morphling.
Yeah, that's true. That's something I should have mentioned, and I thought about it in the draft, but...
They do have the max ice armor on Lich, so it's not going to be as effective, but...
It's still pretty good.
I mean, he is sitting at plus 12, which is actually pretty significant.
Yeah.
He gets
That's
the
plus
9
4
armor.
with the ice armor, yeah.
He gets 9 armor. Wow.
They're going to jump on Mitch right now. There's going to be the Ancient Seal. Mystic Flare coming up, and he's going to try to avoid the rest of this damage. Chain Frost is going to go as well. mYi die. It's going to bounce to EE, but it stops the Ethereal Blade. Milan says, how do you do? And blows him up. 2-for-1 exchange. Fatsa comes late to the party. Replicate comes out, and that's it. It's just a blink of the eye, and all of a sudden everything is just, it's dead. So...
And it looks like the Darkseer is actually going to go for the Shivas again. I really would have liked to see the Crimson Guard, but I think Shivas is perfectly fine as well. It does give you the plus armor, which is always good against the Elder Titans, so... I'm sure it is also equally fine. It looks like Legion Commander working towards that Blink Dagger actually hasn't won a duel yet this game.
The thing I like about Grazine, though, in these games is that they prioritize everyone else's farm so much heavily over his. They know that eventually he's going to get involved and get duels and get, victories and stuff. But I think at this point, they realize that Morphling getting farm across the map is more important. Getting levels for a lot of these supports. Mitch getting farm and getting towards the Shiva's Guard is probably pretty important. So him not having a Blink Dagger, he's going to have it soon, though.
Is it worth picking the Legion Commander, then? Wouldn't it be... I would think if that was your plan, maybe pick something that's less farm-oriented, because I think it's really important for Legion Commander to have a good start.
True.
The Blink timing is really important. You know, getting a couple early duel wins is pretty important, so...
I'd say that...
I mean, it's worked out for them, but...
They really just, they try to get the early Blink Dagger, and after that, from there, it doesn't really matter in terms of farm. You'd like to get a BKB on Grazine, and he will eventually, but I think, like, as long as you're getting the early Blink, which he didn't do this game, then I think it's fine. But they're putting out enough pressure where he doesn't need to be involved in these duels early on, so... It's give and take. You can go
we
through
saw
a game-by-game basis.
play the Legion Commander, and...
No, he dominated, actually. RP, skewer onto Mitch. Is there a follow-up? Ancient Seal. Mystic Flare, Mech goes, but now Telekinesis, Bone 7. Spell was stolen. That's Shockwave. I mean, these jump-ins coming in from Cole are pretty solid, honestly. Like, he just runs and then blinks and then just takes down Bone 7 pretty much on his own without any help coming out from mYi. And so... every time there's an RP, it feels like, from Bone 7, it's a trade. It's Bone 7's life for somebody else's. And more often than not, they actually just don't get a kill at all.
And finally, it looks like EE is just going to start hitting creeps. He's up to his Diffusal Blade plus almost 2,000 gold, so... actually coming back into the game fairly decently, up to 8,000 net worth, only 3,000 behind the Morphling, and... I think it's actually okay to be a bit behind the Morphling when you're the Riki this game, because you're going to be Morphling has to go BKB this game, I think.
Yeah.
Because if he gets RP'd into Smoke Cloud, even if he has already activated the Strength Morph, it's going to silence him, so...
Duel. He did not expect the Blink Dagger from Grazine. The Frost Blast, Chain Frost. The duel might not be a victory, but they still have the Sentry, and the Chain Frost bounces back, luckily. And the range creep being there to help out, and... Grazine, he doesn't get his duel win, but he actually gets a kill, so there is something, at least, for him.
Radiant's middle tower is under
But
attack.
he was coming back well, EE, that is, until that happened. So.
And I expect to see a BKB coming out for Fata. Still no kill involvement in this game, just farming away in the jungle.
Still 0-0-0. That's actually just insane to me. I don't understand.
He is farming quite well. He has 180 CS.
He's a Razor, though. I mean, I guess when you get a Refresher Orb, then you become real problem to deal with. They don't have a Crimson Guard. So...
I mean, this is how Arteezy plays the hero. You just farm until you see opportunities to fight, and really, there haven't been very many good opportunities for C9 to fight, so...
True, yeah.
I'm perfectly fine with this. It's just not something we normally see.
AUI gets caught out, unfortunately. Milan does pick him off with the Ethereal Blade, and he picks up the BKB, so that's what you were waiting for. And now it gets very difficult for
I think
C9.
This is the time for mYi to put a lot of pressure onto C9 with this BKB.
Bots is going to pop the Eye of the Storm. Bone 7 and Pylite Eye are sitting behind him. And TP's going to be coming in. They're going to back up. And they want to keep Fata safe, but the rest of the squad is going to be going in this bottom lane. Milan has a Replicate. I'm not sure where it is currently. I think it's across the map somewhere. Regardless, I wish I could click on the Replicate. Oh, it's actually at the Ancient Stack. It's about to die. So they are still sitting bottom. They're waiting for somebody to come out and farm this wave, whether it's Fata or whoever. He has respawned. He's got an Ogre Club, so it looks like he might be going for a BKB, as the Ethereal Blade will just tear through him, or anything really. Jump in, duel, and they're going to find somebody, but the Eulsip is going to go. Fata, Telekinesis up, waveform, shotgun. Stomp comes in. EE does get the kill on one. Grazine's going to fall as well. Milan pops the BKB. No composite damage really coming out to Milan right now. Now they're going to jump in. They do have the smoke screen up in a couple of seconds. The BKB is about to expire. No waveform. He's out of mana. The Diffusal Blade is doing work. The skewer back. Milan is dead. EE gets a double kill. They get back into it, walking to the high ground. Mitch should not be here. And now EE comes in. There's the Diffusal Blade. It takes off the Surge Vacuum Wall. EE's low. He's taking right-click damage. Shockwave. They're still alive. Lizard is coming in. EE stays alive somehow. They get the kill onto AUI. They're chasing down Pylai Die. They won't go for him. E has to back away. He's going to bottle up first and foremost. 28-minute rune is going to spawn. Turns into a 3-for-2. That could have been a lot worse for mYi, but they still lose the Morphling in a big fight coming out, and EE obviously doing the majority of the damage there.
Yep. So a little unfortunate that they decided to chase the Darkseer. Maybe had they gotten the smoke screen off before he turned around and vacuumed walled, but I mean he's just so tanky, and I mean he did a lot of damage in return.
I mean Shiva's guard, vacuum wall, that's a level 2 wall by the way. So not even its max damage yet, very close to it though. And yeah, I mean 7 does have level 2 RP now, but he's pretty far behind it feels like as a mid laner.
It looks like E is going to go for a BKB next item, so...
Yeah, he's going to have it.
Too bad.
I mean, at this point in time, that's going to be pretty big. He won't get blown up by the Ethereal Blade. Fatsa definitely needs his. But the problem is that when the duel happens, he doesn't really have time to get his BKB off. So you've got to avoid these duels, which is very difficult because Grazine does have the blink like we talked about. And... the only thing that would be worse is if they had like an ogre. They actually have a surge. They actually do have increased move speed. So it's actually kind of absurd. But mYi are in a position right now where they're hanging on to a lead, yes. Milana's really stopped farming. He's got 165 CS. He really hasn't been hitting creeps. I mean, Fatsa's been hitting creeps the entire game. He's at 200. But they've mostly just been kind of balling up now. And I think this is the problem with mYi. They might just get a little bit behind in terms of creep killing. And that will provide an opportunity for C9 to maybe make a go at some point.
Yeah. And I think the key to C9 right now is just going to be these RPs from Bone 7. How many people can he hit, and how fast can C9 kill the people that he RPs?
That would be a perfect RP right there. They're all 4 or 5 standing on top of that hill. They were looking for Tier 2 tower, but C9 know that this is going on, and Pilot Eye is going to come in.
I think that... I mean, if they don't get this Darkseer in the RP, like, even if they catch everyone else but the Darkseer, if Darkseer is able to come in after the RP and get a huge... I'm just worried that they're going to go for an RP, they're all going to jump on the people that get RP'd, and then this Darkseer is just going to come in and get a huge wall vacuum Shivas. And, I mean, that could be a real problem for C9. So C9 have to be very careful about how they choose these fights.
Mm-hmm. And right now, I think they are smoked up. They're going to head down mid. There still is a Tier 1 tower. They're going to head to their own jungle. That's how actually frightened they are. Maybe they're going to try to link up with EE, sit behind EE as he pushes into the top tower. But if they push into the top tower, that does provide the Radiant squad with an opportunity to head to Roche, which they were eyeing earlier. So yeah, they're going to bait Eternal Envy in the top lane. And really, it comes down to reaction times if he keeps going. Now, Fatsa's actually just going to run up here to the top lane. They're not baiting anything. At least not yet. Smoke screen is on the ground, so anybody TP's in front of the tower. Look at positioning from C9.
I think
They're
it's
so
so
spread
that
apart.
they can't duel Fata. If you smoke screens on top of Fata, you can't get dueled.
That's actually a good point. TP is going to come through. Cancelled, actually. That was Milan. He canceled his TP at the last second. I'm not sure if that was intentional.
I don't think so. That was a good TP.
No, he might have gotten caught out. And now, actually, they're going to continue on top, it looks like. C9 are looking to keep going. Fata's going to push in this wave, and they want to force rotations over here. It's not the worst decision. They put pressure on a Tier 3 tower when they're still a Tier 1 mid. So
mYi not really falling for the bait. They really wanted to get mYi into their base so that then they could spread out and farm, but mYi not TPing anyone very smartly so that they don't get out-farmed in the process. Like, Aoi just gonna constantly be spamming these lanes.
He's done a good job. He has his Yule Scepter. We actually haven't checked on Aoi in a while. He has his Yules, he's got Tranquils and 1200 gold in the bank as well. What's your luxury item for Elder Titan?
He's had the Yules for like 6 or 7 minutes.
Yeah.
A Force, probably, for this game.
Yeah.
Maybe,
I should have known. That's just the answer for everything.
Hex is really good, but I think you just buy a Force this game.
Yeah. Force just seems to be the answer for
it's
really
anybody
cheap, in that position.
So.
Yeah. Smoke of Deceit. Lazard has not gotten spotted out yet. They are close by. Fata is near the Roche pit, so if they go in there, there might be a chance that they're spotted. mYi, they will not head into Roche. Instead, they're going to look for EE. Going into the low ground. EE, I think, is actually just dead. Duel's going to go. Fade Bolt, shotgun, easy. Nice kill coming out from mYi, and Envy does have buyback, and they are still split pushing top, which is nice. Bone 7 is here, but...
Rubik actually steals Smokescreen. That's actually a really big spell to steal.
And they're going to head to Roche now, too. I think this is a free Roche for mYi. Free in the essence that it's not going to get contested.
C9 are pushing in the top lane. They are going to get some damage onto this tier 3 tower.
Someone might have to TP back for this. Regardless, the Roche should fall. Oh, mYi actually stomped him up. He's making this a bit of a difficult Roche. It's not necessarily free. It's taking some time. Time that, like you said, goes to the tier 3 tower. Stomp might come in again. It's not dead yet. Stomp it up. There we go. mYi stomps. Waveform avoids it, actually, and the long delay going to be bringing this down, and he's got this Aegis now as well. They're going to TP top.
Might even get this tower.
Tier 3 getting low.
Probably going to
Telekinesis. Chain Frost is going to fly. Fata has to BKB and run away immediately. Bone 7 RP onto 2. Skewer back into the wall, actually. Cole is going to fall, but that's only for his own life. They do get the kill on the Lich.
Fata does escape, so...
Paladai doesn't, actually. He got vacuumed back, and he might be in some trouble.
2 kills for that?
Yeah,
wow,
2 for 2.
Pretty amazing.
Ooh, that tier 3, 32 HP. One right click from anybody will secure the tower.
Really well played by C9. You know, they applied a lot of pressure on the top lane. Aoi was stalling the Roshan with, had 2 or 3 Echo Stomps into the Roche pit. And they even got 2 kills, and Fata didn't die, so completely worth it for C9, getting this tower down to 32 HP, and that's what you have to do when you give up these Roshans. Make sure that you're getting a trade at least.
Yeah, and they were close in getting the tier 3. That would have been huge for them, but Milan, they've really put a lot of emphasis on him being a part of these engagements and less about him CSing. He's going to get stopped. No, he just waveforms away. He's done a nice job of avoiding those. And so with Ethereal Blade, 2.4k gold, BKB, Aegis, Midas, Aquila, I'm thinking of items to build on a Morphling. Maybe a Manta, maybe a Scotty. One of those 2 items, maybe Lifesteal. Probably not Lifesteal, at least not yet. Scotty will help a lot, I think. It gives you stats. You won't be able to get your mana burned as easily, so. But those are the future prospects for Milan.
Yep, and Fata up to 3,000 gold. It'll be interesting to see what his next item progression is. He's going to go for something like a Refresher, or maybe an armor item like the Shiva's Guard or Assault Cuirass. Personally, in this game, I don't think you can really go AC, because you never want to go these items that propagate through the wall, and just giving up an AC aura will probably be a mistake. So maybe we'll see the Shiva's Guard. I think that could be a possibility, since mYi already have that. Giving up the aura doesn't really do anything, so I expect to see either a Shiva's Guard or a Refresher. I think both of these items could be quite good.
Refresher, because there is no Crimson Guard. Maybe they will build into that eventually, but as of right now, no one has anything started as far as that goes. There is a Chainmail on Grazine, which might be the start of a Buckler, but he's become a utility.
To be honest,
Legion.
most people don't actually even know that Crimson Guard blocks Racer ult, even professional players, I don't think.
Oh. Well, I'll give the benefit of the doubt to mYi.
It's an odd mechanic, to be honest, because it is... I think it's the only spell that doesn't go through that's physical damage.
Yeah, I mean, it works like right-click, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, it might be the only one in that regard.
Yeah, because Ghost, Witch Doctor, ult, all that kind of stuff, axes, anything that does physical damage.
Those are all spells.
Yeah.
And they act like spells. I mean, you look at Eye of the Storm, I guess you could say it acts like a spell as well. We're kind of getting into semantics here. Regardless, nobody is picking it up, at least not yet.
So he does go for the plate mail, and I really hope that it's the Shivas, and I think it will be the Shivas. I think going AC would be really terrible, but I think it's going to be the Shivas.
He might want to stop a replicate here. He's got Smokescreen. EE is waiting. There he goes. Oh, too late. EE, you missed out. Milan is mid now. You've got a TP home. Does he have a TP? He does, okay. But they're kind of backing away from this tier 2 tower. Look how far up Grazine is here.
They're actually just going to give away this tier 2 tower, and I think that's the right call. When you play with this Elder Titan hero, you can stall for so long and then allow your team to start split pushing, so Fata and EE in the bottom lane going to try to farm up the jungle as much as possible and continue their split push while they stall with the Magnus nuke in the shockwave as well as the Echo Stomp, so
yeah. They really need this tier 1 mid, I think.
I mean, going high ground against this Elder Titan hero is very difficult, and without a pipe, probably not going to be in the near future. There is 5,000 gold almost for Mitch, so what item is he going to get next on the Darkseer? Maybe something like a sheep, possibly even a refresher, or a BKB.
I think
I
all
would
those are fine.
personally like a BKB.
Against the smoke screen, against the ancient seal, probably, yeah.
I mean,
can see
the
that
other
working out.
option would be a blink dagger, I think, because you, or a force staff possibly. Because
I don't know if he needs the mobility. He's been in almost every fight, even just through Surge alone.
Yeah, the idea I think behind a blink dagger or a force staff would be that you could stay on the very far outside of the fight, make sure that you don't get RP'd or initiated on by the Ricky, and then once the fight starts, you can either blink or force staff yourself and get off a huge vacuum wall and win the fight that way. But I expect to see a BKB, I think, coming out from him.
They're going to try to take this tower, I think. I have the Storm's going to go for Fatsa. They're going to push this in. They've had enough of this tier 1 tower being alive this long. They were looking for a gank of Milan down to the bottom lane, but he actually replicated out right before they were about to go.
So it looks like Fata on this Razor, after picking up the plate mail, is going to go into the Reaver. So maybe picking up the plate mail for that casual 10 armor and going to go into a heart.
Blizzard, gotta be careful. Static Link's gonna go, press the attack and the force out. They just really want this tower, and finally I think Fatsa can eye of the storm and right-click it down. Glyph's gonna go. Milan is not here. He does pick up the Scotty like I was talking about earlier. He's gonna TP in now, and actually they back off. They're all kind of just saying, listen, we don't need to get involved here. Even though the Aegis is now down for mYi, they don't have it. But I don't think they really feel comfortable fighting into not just Milan, but the rest of the squad as well.
And I really like how C9 are playing this. They're actually just completely out farming. Well, they're not. mYi are taking structures, so they're increasing their gold advantage, but C9 are doing a really good job of splitting the map and continuing to farm.
It feels like they're stopping the bleeding. C9 are saying, okay, we know what we need to give away here, but at the same time, we're at least getting something out of the map while this is happening. And that's been the playstyle of them, I think, for the longest time. They know when they need to fight, they know when they need to be aggressive, and they know and when to be efficient, when to back off, and when to farm. Especially Eternal Envy. He's really good about knowing where to farm on the map. Same could be said for Fatsa. But
and they are pressuring the bottom tower while their top tier 2 is under siege from mYi. Milan picks up the Scotty, so that's going to be his next item.
press the attack. Oh, Bone 7, no. He gets Ethereal Bladed too. Oh, no. And they stole RP. That's no good. Fatsa pops the BKB. Static Link is going to go. He's forced to back away. And now if they get caught out, if they're grouped up, that Blink RP from the Rubik, you can bet your life.
And the worst part of that is that EE actually ends up TPing home, so the split push has now ended. And
they're forced to fight now, it feels like.
This could be a Rax. I mean, there's no RP available.
It comes down to the team fight, obviously.
I mean, mYi have RP available to them.
They have Blink RP, which is more than you can say for Bone 7 right now. Look at the tower damage going. Blade Mill's going to fly. Bone 7 does buy back, but at this point, what is that going to give you?
There's no RP.
Tier 3 tower is going to fall. The melee rack's exposed. They're going to put pressure there. Milan still has Replicate, which is sitting back. It's going to be down now in 2 seconds. The melee rack's about to go. He's going to jump in. There's the BKB. Waveform up. The Adaptive Strike going in. They blow up Pylai Die. That was the Ghost Scepter, the Ethereal Blade, rather. Static Link going in. Milan is going to get away for the time being. Now there's going to be the sleep in. RP not used. Skewer back into the wall. It doesn't do anything. Dual EE. Now Yule Scepter. Is EE going to fall? Yes. He won't have buyback. mYinsanity. They're going to take 3. And they might even take a Rax and maybe the game. They just lost a fight, Cloud9 did, inside their base. The heal is going to come through. That's the mech. The RP was used, and he stole Eye of the Storm. Are you kidding me, Cole? Are you serious with this? TP coming in. Milan has Replicate. He's ready to get back in whenever. Raxes are done. He's going to go home, regen up, and then jump back in here as Mitch is going to lead the way. Grazine is going to put pressure on the Tier 3 tower. Bone 7's RP is up in 10 seconds, but a set of Rax down. This is going to be very hard.
Yeah, and the game gets really difficult now for C9. After that missed RP, it really ended the split push because C9 at that point were committed to fighting and completely whiffed RP.
One mistake.
Pretty much cost, I mean...
Oh, RP was about to go for Bone 7. He couldn't get it off. The winner is Bone 7 as the Mystic Flare does come out a bit. Unfortunate. Bone 7 did buy back. He can't get his RP off. He's dead. All of the heroes as Milan cleans up the rest of the squad of Cloud9. Buyback from AUI 2000, but at this point, it's all but over. 2 sets of racks down. Milan And mYi, they will make the smart decision. They'll rotate out of mid. They're going to head to the bottom tier 2 tower. EE is going to try to fight. Smoke screen does not connect. The smoke of deceit will go. He diffuses it off. Stomp's going to fly. Misses. Chain Frost, Telekinesis. They have a gem, I believe. They've got vision. The BKB, now Fatsa, static links. It's gone. Eye of the Storm connecting. They will get 1 kill. That'll be the Rubik falling. Fatsa's trying to fight into Milan. He's getting low. And the Astral Spirit and the Natural Order going. EE cleans up on the other side of things with 2 kills. Double kill going in. The waveform comes out. And he's going to just TP away. And Cloud9 gets something at the very least at the end of 2 racks dying. Wow. And actually, they EE chased, and I was not looking, and Milan gets I thought he TP'd out. My bad. EE dies.
Yeah, so
he does have my back,
C9
though.
now down 2 wrecks against... I mean, you could make a case that C9's late game is pretty good with the Magnus and the Elder Titan, but mYi are doing a really good job making sure that they're not in a position to get RP'd on multiple heroes. The Darkseer is never in a place where he gets initiated on. And he's up to 7,300 gold. It looks like he's going to go for a sheepstick, so adding a bit more disable to the side of mYi, and at this point, C9 really need a miracle. They need like
Empire versus mYi game 1.
A 5-man RP into Elder Titan ult or something of that sort to win this game.
mYi are very familiar with how 2 sets of racks down does mean literally nothing. In the grand scheme of things, as they just came away from that Empire game. So they take the tier 2 tower, and now their job is just to farm, take Roche, don't do anything too greedy, and finish this game with a victory.
I mean, the difference being that in that game they had a Meepo, so they could constantly split push while having the actual main hero with the team. So it's a little different than this game, as C9 really don't have any great split pushing heroes that can then join the fight.
I mean, Ricky and Fata, or rather Ricky and Razor are not the greatest. I mean, Plasma Field's okay. Eye of the Storm's good against Mega Creeps, obviously. But he's not going to be doing much. And they're going to kill... I don't believe that was that a replicate? I'm not sure. Regardless, it's dead anyways. They're going to take the Aegis. It's going to be Morphling again. He's got Scotty, BKB, Bots, Manta, Aegis. Ethereal Blade. So he'll have enough money to buy another item after this Aegis wears off, more than likely. And, I mean, he'll be 6-slotted. He's got 27,000 net worth. Milan has played a heck of a game.
So there's, in this next fight, there's going to be 3 lives on the Morphling, 2 lives on the Darkseer. They both have bots, so, I mean, this is a really large challenge for C9, because even if they get the perfect initiation, there's going to be 2 buybacks.
I don't know if they're going to get the perfect initiation. Look at the spread out positioning of mYi right now. You could see that they were looking for a Smoke of Deceit gank. Bonus 7 might actually just die before he can get his RP off. That's actually the case. Rubik destroys him. And Lizard is going to fall to EE. Fatsa now looking for Cole. Meanwhile, I mean, you have Milan. He's just taking the racks here. He's actually heading into deeper territories. There's going to be the duel from Grazine. The vacuum coming in the wall from Mitch yet again, blowing up Fatsa. They do get the kill on the Rubik. Fatsa is getting low. He's in trouble. He won't have buyback if he dies here. Mitch is chasing him down. Grazine blinks over. They get the kill. Pylai die the last over here. Meanwhile, EE and Milan are fighting, but the GG has been called. Cloud9, and they get their first loss at the hands of a team that nobody expected to be this good early on in this tournament. mYi move up to 5-1. Cloud9 down to 4-1, and probably one of the most unexpected upsets of the tournament.
Yeah, I mean,
mYi are the real deal, I'd say.
What can you say? This Darkseer play was phenomenal this game. Their picks have been really solid in both series, and